Hello, Abusiafo. Welcome to the Love and Meditation channel. The OBBS for tuning into this channel. And this channel is a channel I have created to educate people about idea from spirituality and esoteric knowledge coming directly from heaven. And I say Akashic, coming directly from the Great White Brotherhood. They've shared some wonderful spiritual information with us over the years, and I think it's about time what we have learned from them, the general public, they share through the various social media platforms. And see, there will be answer, say, what you need into this channel to at least learn a thing or two about the true spiritual existence of mankind and some mysteries of the universe. Over the years, dear nipa nom dodoɔ na ɛde name me Mr. Freddy. Now, I'm a professional nurse with many years of working experience. At least, my name health munsem kakra so will be a health problem. Now, here a bit of an advisor and even support cry. That's the problem within Kumasi. It's my friend. Say a reachable, it's not reaching the person physically or say be here advice be a media man. And know you and walk a cry and so beat me a dear boy in your number, the little knowledge that we have in health. Again, spiritual messages be a share what will be a one tier CBN. At the end of the video, I'll provide my number and what challenges be also bit my friend na say mmerɛ wɔ mu a bit my friend and abɛ hospital say mmerɛ wɔ mu a let me explain it well to you. Information no a dose and because information no catch out to say the what better say your Bible now we need evidence be to support the claims of the Bible. Similar to what I'm about to tell you. In some of my catch will be likely mean evidence be to substantiate and some na make catch no and then some ya no baba be discuss but asem na make no asem a be click name bebree a wosua e be to trim e be vibrating with you e be mo ahu say oh in some way we piece name we together asem we etaso and etaso see because of that unity ebema videos no aye tenten kaka said the beya nipa dodo na benya better clarifications of enema na me try say me explain my explaining is na you be jeja you be keka some raw to ho way to say way you say a raw data and there will be a whole lot of questions to bear with me whoever is interested in learning about advanced spiritual practices and I say advanced spirituality, you will stay tuned and listen to the end, and now you take your time and break it down, listen piece by piece. So we'll say we net information, and everything that will be discussed here will be well explained. So the will be able to me at yes. See, I was here for mommy and chassis. And that episode, no. You touch on a very instrumental figure. Ubia name no. Kof bebia in the world. Said dean with the ubia name. And a dean by a dean a friend of Jesus. The human being a friend of Jesus now obas as he so. And necra man for be who saw in Yankopon and a whole lot of mystery surrounding him. Me pese ye bie ne mu nsem ne mu yie ye discuss about Master Jesus. Master Jesus. We see ade ko manim no. That is a din and as a title abeka manum nti obehu se me address na mostly no the din amebeta abo and as a title am de beba na Master Jesus and me explain the inti a friend master and I say yeah me friend master. Nti ene episode no will cover the mystery behind the figure and I say person a friend Master Jesus. Mr. Mo, Brofon ni tree no me patcho ye be blend because ye cool school ya nche ye tree no ko say ye kakra and Brofon no ko doso. Akwa bibi so addition so yesu no so yesu no Brofo mu and Brofo no so more descriptive tree no nche say Brofo no ye papa tree no but Brofo no describe niam bebre na tree because of the exploration of the English language, how far it has reached. Nti, Mestre mo say, mo bear with me na, yenya yetimi so ade ni. Nti, yen shase, Master Jesus. Sa entity we and a human being we and a matter. You can say obi a matter. I say some avatar and some monumental personality be a or buy maybe obi jani dia to asase so a edin no aka ho a nipa bibiri ehwe sa edin no so de bobra. So when somebody is described as a martyr, basically in a layman explanation is an picture. And see, what some cry it's saying, a whole lot of conversations has been going on about Master Jesus on YouTube. Nipa bibiri chromo and some or to say, I know you say or ba say or bada ha near there. I will show you this information that I'm about to give you. Most of it won't say that. Most of nipa be bring information that will be there, but I will show you. Say this is the raw, true information of Jesus Christ, and I'm the Bible because information in first as if we heaven streets, if we place be your living library be as our living library. A friend is saying the Akashic records. If we information if we the Akashic records direct and neighbor. The information in here will be at as so akoka. What reading name be and what church and OPC name be together and what straight. This is the story of Jesus Christ coming directly straight from the Akashic records. And it's interesting. Most of it is interesting. Most. Jesus is a fantastic figure. Anytime be as a mechanic was a man. And see, yeah, Musa, the first question. Jesus Christ, on a wine, or a day, on a wine, and or your day. Good. You try to break it down this question. Now you answer Jesus on a wine, now or your day. Good. The simple answer is Jesus ye ni part some me wumi enu difference be. There's no difference between wo and Jesus. Or to say wa pepepe. Ye nyim na boso me nkron e wo ne to ho e bo no diapers sa time na diaper ho e ma ne ko toilet e ma ne ma me te ye pepepe to say de ye ni pe bia esua de pepepe. Now in free physicality kakra ne en kosoro ho heavenly spheres ho baby a your true home ne one heaven ho no your friend baby your friend dimension bi upper fourth dimension sa upper fourth dimension no emu na heaven hye emu na place na ye fra wo heaven na ye fie ankasa wo no ye souls no baby a ye souls ne tete no ho ena ese in the upper fourth dimension no we have within it baby a ye fra wo heaven in a different language ebi on be wodi info for to say the yes and for e be ka no so aheme mu no ebi a woko India o wodi info from different but commonly you from heaven and heaven exists in a place you from the upper fourth dimension. It's one dimension that dimension on from the fourth dimension o ma chemu mienu the fourth dimension ni mu mienu your upper fourth dimension your lower fourth dimension, which are two separate dimensions, even though in a fourth dimensional, but there's a demarcation energy wave will be a chemu vibration at chemu. I'm a part be about the lower fourth dimension and na the top side now quite upper fourth dimension. In the upper fourth dimension, a horn heaven share. And there are other areas of existence inside of the upper fourth dimension. Yeah, heaven and kwa and the what upper fourth dimension. So let's get it very clear. And yeah, heaven and kwa and the what upper fourth dimension. Heaven is a hobby as one vibrational field and as a one realm. Will be because a realm inside of the upper fourth dimension. Below the upper fourth dimension, a third dimension be the lower fourth dimension. Below the upper fourth dimension, the third dimension be, say for instance, lower fourth dimension. Lower fourth dimension, that is where the demons live. Demons are lower fourth dimension. And heaven, baby, you feel one, a share upper fourth dimension. Good. And see, humans that is where we end up in the upper fourth dimension. That is where we start life, meaningful lives as humans. Meaningful, I mean meaningful lives as humans in the upper fourth dimension. When you start a life, the patronia assassination is start a life. Now, yeah, that's Gracie Kakrai to learn about the dimensions. Let's talk about Master Jesus. To Master Jesus, we free him the spiritual side of Master Jesus. So many people can say Master Jesus what's a Yankupon saying Nifaso Yankupon or Yankupon no Yankupon any boys. No, that information is totally untrue. Master Jesus is just like me. The only difference I woman say or your advanced soul. Simple. Now, let me explain this concepts of advanced soul, intermediate soul, and a less developed soul. So, your advanced souls. Souls are developing in advance. You can say soul be developing in advance. Your group of souls be more advancements, and was slow. Advancement in what? Advancement in spirituality. Souls are yabo yinina no. Souls ni bi yenya mass assassin. Me patronya assassin so me best start spiritual work. You start spiritual work in the fourth dimension in heaven. Simple. Enti souls na you go heaven ni nyina no obiara ne de oye. Obiara ne de oye. Nothing is forced onto anybody. Obiara ne de oye. Adenti no obi be choose say obey one particular thing over the other. Based on nipa called the personality. This is a very important information to understand. Your boy was a soul. Now eventually we move from the 8th dimension down to the 7th dimension and cross all the way to the 4th dimension, which is the inside of the upper 4th dimension. Dimensions, my shadow and multiple dimensions. The dimensions are 8. Baby, I was 33 years. Baby, your picture was a singularity. And I see a picture as a raw life essence, Before you are giving your logos, you are giving your ID, before everything, you are tagged or you given a stamp as a human, A 33 8th dimension. You from the 8th dimension, as an embryo soul, soul, as an embryo life essence, and a singularity, you will drop down to the 7th dimension. To say them kind, I mean, it's a questions be bro. My mention embryo, life essence. My mention singularity. To say a whole new topic on its own. It's a more fun shame. So because me follow a video no they be the 3 hours. It's a more fun shame. Let's skip. Now, if you stay tuned to this channel, ubenya all the information that we hear. You make it mama. We need to piece it together eventually. By another tackle Master Jesus. Until you start as a singularity, and I say as a raw life essence in the 8th dimension somewhere, you are picked up and you are given a stamp. So that stamp tells you, and I say tells that life essence say is going to be a human. Simple. In the 8th dimension, far away in the 8th dimension, it is directors of life, angels, they are responsible for the creation of all those things. Or basically life, basically, or Into only the life resource into your picking yankopon that life essences, you know, when they are created somewhere in some unknown existence bimu. Sir, there's an unknown existence beer we can't actually comprehend. Yes, so I'm afraid some existence be a nothing, an existence of nothingness. That is where all the embryo life essences, you know, they are cultivated. So from there, no, they are moved to the eighth dimension, and from the eighth dimension, when the directors of life need to create human, they will give sa life essence na ebe picking it up, no, they will give that life essence, you know, ade friend what a human stamp and a human logos. And see the stamp never born ho, ya the stamp ne born ho na wo ya say sa life essence we e baba be human. Now e ho no e infancy no start develop it. Nti e catch wo hu so baba human no, into within the logos no ho na wo be hu human the personality ni be all the complexities. And I said, all the parts are making you up. Your Holy Spirit, the I'm afraid the Holy Spirit, logos, you do what you better explain it. And then you find the Holy Spirit and what it actually is. And Sana, yeah, to us. Until descending from there, no, Obama become baby to say in seventh dimension. Seventh dimension, no, you have some true. Like you see life differently from the eighth dimension. No? In the seventh dimension, you develop and you start experiencing life, like you start learning so many things and solving some problems. From there, no, you move to the fourth dimension. Fourth dimension, that is when you join the soul group. From inside of the fourth dimension, we free seventh dimension, now skip fifth and sixth. Now we see fourth for now. Where heaven is. If you free 7 for our heaven, you be do heaven, you join a dear friend soul group. Into or 7 essentially as a uni soul. Into when the call comes, so we hear a man for my mother earth near the and as a man for my mother is 4 for her. Now so who pay was as a member 4 for her, which nobody will force onto you. One abacas and over 4 for. No one descended from the 7th dimension onto the 4th. Who descended to do 4 for her? A one obeying obey choose soul group I'll be joining based on your DNA personality. So your personality will translate into a different your vibration. Your vibration, no, will get you attracted to a soul grouper when the vibration you they see. Simple. And through this process, there's a guide doing what? Receiving you and taking you through. Through this process, there's a guide who will receive you and take you through. And you are never left alone. And so, be to some Master Jesus, you pick a life essence from the seventh dimension. Sorry, from the eighth dimension, your man stamp or bebo bra in the seventh dimension, or free seventh dimension, or ABC fourth dimension, just like me and you. Now, what is the difference? The difference, the woman say, oh no, no, or by, per the personality and vibration, or your advanced soul, and I say, or your highly spiritual soul. Indeed, in fact, say, would a layman terms more. Or you're more spiritual, and I say, you fancy can you go school granny buha? You baka say, or don't quiet and who suffer, or now when you suffer. And now simply, we not translate say, or you're a good person, or a more loving person. Simple. Because of our love, the personality you love. To get close to God, you are supposed to express the highest degree of love. And by expressing the highest degree of love, you attain something we call loving intelligence. Her loving intelligence is the greatest form of intelligence. Intelligence, any intelligence, na kwa bi ba ya, utimi de be ye, for instance, computer no, there be. And now the akwa no ba ya, ubitimi de be ye plane near there. And yeah, no, na advanced intelligence, there be. Advanced intelligence, a loving intelligence. Obia or war absolute or total love ɛwɔ ne tiri mu every movement bi a ɔbɛyɛ bia no ɛyɛ sɛ ɔde bɛ preserve life anaasɛ ɔde bɛ boa life anaa ɔbɛ support life either through education either through services either through nneɛma bebree biribi a ɔbɛyɛ bia no ɛyɛ tilted towards say or improve the life of baby and or expressing love to baby and love ni nyina and one say obe support I love you ni nyina me support you say you catch your bra say I love you the old bra na ye bia no obe support no with a positive mind simple nti Master Jesus oni ye nyina ye pie was fourth dimension ye ni nyina ni ko pie fourth dimension Master Jesus ye ni nyina ko pie fourth dimension no me kwadwo meti ha yi na ebia ma adwene ne nam baabi anasa me chese nyankopon no bo me ne kra no even though I'm in heaven chese ma adwene kra nhyɛ n'ani ne so me nhyɛ n'anim no based on my personality me nhyɛ da enti ne ma asekrampo to a certain degree you get it me hyɛ mfimfini ho baabi me average ene na mfimfini ho baabi obi nso de onam ase ho na adwene nyina yakrampo do kra no ɛyɛ more of something farther away from God. I say, the opposites of God. Ne thinking, ne actions, ne vibration, ne opposite away from God. And remember, I met Shremu DNT as I name isi, and it's so interesting. Met Shremu DNT a complex kakra, but ufola obetiase. And yes, so hard to understand. And a computer science. No, I can't say. There be. Most of them are stories and some of them are some little mechanisms be piecing together. But yes, and see, Master Jesus, you need to fourth dimension. To say the American or you advanced soul, and then you don't want to advance soul, or you group or me a group. And to what say, you can be fourth dimension. To say the American, a be intermediate. People capable of, say, people capable of expressing intermediate for one, people in the gray area. In the middle, no? People capable of what expressing both positive and negative at equal levels. Good. And no, then the same thing, you know. We are people capable of doing what? Doing good and bad at equal degrees. It's 50-50. Me makes me a bonnie 50%, makes me a papa 50%, given the right circumstance. So they make two bonny circumstances. Makes me the bonny. Or they make two good circumstances. Makes me a good. Simple. See me a gray, me say gray area and a middle area. Simple. Obi to say, your friend say about Hitler. I'll buy or the Second World War buy again just can. Any friends say, to say those wicked people no better to we are saying we been. Alistair Crowley, mono. Omono. Wo share scale na ye fa say ye ko school ye see number line no wo share wo no mo hye to ho no eto wo fo no omu suban and omu personality no e farther away from love e more distant ye baka say brofo no baka say distance away from love because e more distant away from love nti their propensity and I say their capabilities of doing more harm, no? And I say the tendency of them doing more evil, no? A supersede the tendency of doing what's good. And see, ocha won't say, akwa no betimi ye boni obetimi timu sumo to obetimi de boni be 90%. Ne papa e woni mu ankasa no e be 10%. Pay the personality, and yes, what everyone will do boni no. But who reading the personality? Obi ultimately reading personality, be reading the personality. Obi who say, akwa vibration with you, and you're distance away from my dear friend LOV. And make LOV, I'll be to me, yes, LOV, you know, equal to God. Simple. So make LOV, I'll be to me, yes, LOV, you know, equal to God. Because God is love. God, the God in you love, basically. That's the personality of the Father. Love. Simple. Those people are also there in the group and they have soul groups and so on almost so joining in heaven. Simple. The aggressive people no omunyina soul groups are omunyina joining in heaven. Now let me go to Master Jesus mu group no omo de obe check obe read omo personality no say advanced guides no na say advanced masters na that advanced angels no aka say omo read those souls no omo personality a omo read souls personality a omo be describe what you say sa souls no their tendency of doing evil no e be obi ho ani de kra endru 0.5%. If I will be to say Master Jesus, in as a raw soul now on my earth now will say heaven now will start is all about bright in heaven now. Who say the more the probability of doing good, you know, a 99.9%. The tendency of doing evil, no, a almost 0.5%. Yes. And you say only ego be a bit media ebony, but the probability will form and then the shatters our probability because those people possess a personality which is more closer to the personality of the Father, which is love, God. Simple. It is our group, no, or more personality, more closer to the personality of the Father, which is God. And now, some conform group, no, and so on. Now, to say, my team explain 3 groups. Yena yigum, yena ye pay heaven, yena ye show. Good. You're into us. See, yeah, to us. I think by now the United this the distinction between these 3 groups. The average people, me no me no average. You call your juma by your better na your mahu, you call your juma by your people be the adani, those basic life now you live on average people. You were a whole group no or more like what the no question can you mukra on opisumu said the be obetimi a diboni bibre aye sumu nyuma bibre near the because that is the personality, that is the vibration. Simple. Yeah, vibration the in between. So we may a chance be no one share a bit made bonnet. But who guide ye so a bit my papa, a 50-50. Simple. And ye walk Jesus, Master Jesus. They lead little guidance. Simple. Obi to say Master Jesus, no need little guidance because almost personality already no. I say father need the dada. Into almost ye holy dada. In fact, almost ye divine dada. Advanced divine souls dada. Into ni nyina kwa kopie baby I'm say saying the higher form dimension, aka heaven. Baby I throw heaven. Into heaven is a higher form dimension. Simple. Good. Now, Obia will go to a soul group to start developing. Obia, the moment you arrive in the 4th dimension, in the heaven, you will go to a soul group. You choose a soul group based on the guidance of your guide, your spirit guide. Into form banana, free 7 ever 4th na guide be a shiao. Into guides in redeem of vibration that. Into moving go on no meshiao. Omushiawa. Only more vibration, no account. Our guide will say, this is where you belong. Of course, you can change your soul group. The soul group is not forced onto you because you'll be with free will. You can change your soul group anytime you want. But why within your personality will be who said, this is where I belong? And guide, you know, and so that guide will pepe at the wide, at the wako. Simple. Nti obi to say Master Jesus no or buy na imagine group I will join you. Say group no or be a group of say saints. I'm not referring to the Roman full saints no Mr. I mean group are omo holy like omo holy automatically omo bana omo holy dada. Simple. Now what is with these group as I make almost in the holy group no? What is with them? There comes a time group so these 3 groups now the extent groups now I describe at them. There comes a time a yes will be the issue and yes will be a developing a yes says group so member be a munina mu developing good into munina you have to choose be a friend a life plan munina you have to choose be a friend a friend life plan until that life plan from the 4th dimension, and one will be full till eventually you end up in the Godhead. And see, we be choose to be a friend a life plan. Now we Bobra. Now, at the Musa phone, middle phone, any sell phone, most especially. Yeah, na in natural sense, yes, say yeah, yaba earth, ever experience life on earth. Mostly, yeah, that in fee for no, any I for no. Mostly, we have to come on earth and at least have some level of development. Maybe on earth in this dimension. Me patrol earth, no, yeah, physical realm, it's a dimension, be inside dimension, no, a friend sees dimension. Yeah, physical realm is sees dimension. So eventually, we have to come or we have to incarnate into a dear friend again, the sixth dimension. And see, as we pick up our life plan, your guide and the guide here say, Brana Wobon, you have to go to the sixth dimension and develop to a certain degree. And sana ufriwa what's abahaba betwaso. And your guide, and the best for so say you have to come to the sixth dimension. There be you will be introduced to the sixth dimension based on nneɛma na woyɛ in the heaven hɔ naa no sɛ wobɛyɛ nneɛma bebree but through woyɛ activities na wo personality na wo follow life plan naa no wobɛreche point bi a waa wobɛfili wɔ mu sɛ this place here I introduce it to me no I'm supposed to go there and develop to a certain degree and send them about heaven about it. That itself is a whole topic on its own. It's a whole topic on its own. But yeah, about Master Jesus into me and dive deep so much into that topic. Into there will come a time some souls will need to incarnate on the planet to have a physical life and to also do what? Develop their level of spirituality to a certain degree before they discarnate and go back to heaven and continue life there. That's what reincarnation be anyhow. Why? Reincarnation be a whole topic on its own. Let's drop it. Now, yen sideline I say all for no any intermediate for no. Now yen call Master Jesus mu group no. Master Jesus mu group no. Because they are more advanced and because they are holy, no. Sa mu group because they are already holy. Mostly they don't need and now 99% of the time, side group, no, they don't need to come and incarnate on the planet to come and develop their levels of spirituality. And I say to come and learn certain experiences. They be only advanced gather. Omu here some better incarnation. And see, they pick up a life plan over there and they continue with their life. Omu brow in heaven. Omo bomb in heaven and omo advance till say they join the Godhead and serve with God. No. Simple. Until there are so many souls in heaven, mostly the advanced ones, who has never incarnated on the planet, who has never come to earth, and they will never come to earth because they don't need to come and learn certain experiences and continue their life with that. There be here because advanced dada. At a certain Gayako school. Nanka ye class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Mudu class 4 na no more zako be the class or being do. And so here so class 5, class 6. More funny could JSS. Yes, there are people like that. Say oncophobia ha, you know much as I see so 13 years no do university. 13 years no university. There's a girl be in documentary. 13 years now oh yeah mass. Raw mass and raw fixes need do university. That's our course and only need let's drop it. There they pay for 13 years too. Because or bro Jesus name more essence name more yin or bro so yes sanity. Nti obi to some Master Jesus mono and the lives no. And your Master Jesus in corner oh nkofo so to some Master Jesus saa so. Nti obi to some Master Jesus and the lives no. Omo na they didn't need omo here so omo beba earth for any experience. Na ko omo beka heaven ho atoa omo life na so. Simple. Now, in the case of Master Jesus, the entire Biano, he's revered, and I say, yehu ne sɛ ɔyɛ nipa titiriw kɛseɛ ɛne sɛ sacrifice in a way or sacrifice or sacrifice to come. Most likely Jesus didn't need to come on the planet because he was already holy, but or sacrifice to come said the beya danger so that he will come and teach us the advanced spirituality, the true existence of the universe. How a universe name mutsia kasano Yesu and the bar say or baba betray. It's unfortunate say or buy no na a camera ni ho e be record na nsem the true nsem na wo ka no. And na amanfo tenase and na omukeka we ni omu PC ni ma bom and na omo say omanya Yesu eni mu nsem nyina na omdi twiro ade e friend the Bible. But the true teachings of Jesus Christ, a 99.5% was missing, was lost. They are found in the Bible. And now, they are cardiac. Wow, or fabricating and the go. Simple. Jesus Christ came down here to teach us true esoteric knowledge. Just the true why we need to express love to the max. So the beya, you better universe na see ye, na ye be develop, you better nyankopon see ye, na ye be developing. Enko ye through some religious doctrines be a be push it through us, but true spirituality in Jesus by. Unti na wo hear so beba earth, but ye who don't see and obey. So in a way, I don't know if somebody knew this and or trust the Bible, but in a way. Omo depicted say na Nyankopon so opo obi asoma no na opo obi asoma no na o say Yesu yi ne ho say me na meko amafo kra de abonyom say Yesu yi ne ho say me na meko na Yesu enti na Yesu bae in a way close but it's not essentially say Nyankopon say opo obi asoma no there be yeah, describe Nyankopon as a nipa or the mego or peba kwasomano dedi entisa. Jesus na ni decided say obeba just to come and help mankind. Ni nuanom any ye ni nuanom ya bigo asase so ye hu ye left and right and we are lost no. Ono oba no or ye spiritual dada or ye highly developed dada into oba you know from a tender age no start spiritual works dada said the beya or the Bible boy in na ye beti spirituality I say ye beti Nyankopon say ye baby ye papa more through the loving intelligence he came to share with us. Simple. Nti wo hwemu a ashawo ni yakobo ashawo ye isi na bo akuno konfo akowia de ye isi na bo akuno ni nyina Jesus stopped all those things. What two do you think or you see how the stopping sign you mean or the two or more for some munja? Love, simple. So we share their archaic mentality of religion now nobody Mose chi Mose mrane sone mosaic ne manema na no ye Ushemwa, it wasn't depicting any love. But Jesus by on no betray how to actually express the true divine love that Yakupon edi ashe nyina emu na opese we use saade no to solve all our problems. Simple. Into na Yesu excellence so baba. So in the heavenly realms, he was already engaged in learning esoteric knowledge, already engaged in meditation, already engaged in certain services, and never be bring no here or heaven. And so eventually all mass assassination. Into ono why master dada. Jesus is a master dada. It is I know describe it. Master say kind of once a moment say Master Jesus into na debia no obeti say me kan ho me boni debia no say Master Jesus. Oye dan ye nua no oye ye nua to say another soul pepepe in the Bible we so much code bi ahye me say Jesus say me papa ye one. O say ne papa what heaven. I my father are one. Wase mo so mo bompa ya mo nka sesan ye papa what so nti say Yesu ne papa ne Yankopon a Yesu ne papa ne Yankopon Yesu oye de ye bra no ye nua no he's your big brother and now he's your brother ye fan say o te say unua bia oni ni ti school a oni ni ti fie as oni made simple sana Yesu oye Jesus aye ɛte sɛ deɛ wo ne wo nua ɛte fie na wo nua no asɛ wo ne ne sɛ mo nyinaa mo kɔ school mo maame de mo nyinaa mo kɔ school baa ebi a wo ɛma na wadi bɛɛ 31st anaa wadi bɛɛ 28th na wo nua no deɛ ebi ɛma na wadi first of class simple saa na Jesus ayɛ nti yɛ bra panyin no nti yɛ bra panyin asɛ wo de yɛmfa no kɔpɔ sɛ wo de yɛmfa no sɛ wo bra panyin fa sɛ wo bra a ɔyɛ advance ɔyɛ advance in terms of what spirituality onim nyankopɔn truly. I'm not talking about nyankopɔn in the Bible na and Israel for to kwa sorry na ɔmo na ɔmo sɛ nyankopɔn ɛna ɔmo na nyankopɔn sa wɔ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo na ɔmo yɛ chosen nyankopɔn nkrɔfo na ɔmo akoa me kɔ 40 years nkrɔfo na koa me yɛ wɔ me na ɔmo ko ya wo me ama me nyini me I'm getting close to 40 years ɔmo sɛ ɔmo nkrɔfo ɔmo na nyankopɔn sa wɔ ɔmo so ɔmo da so ko because of asase ho nti yɛte Ghana ha yi sɛ nka tribe ne ayi asantefoɔ ne mfantefoɔ tete no na wɔn ko asase ho ɛne trade ho ɛnɛ saa de ne bi wɔ hɔ yɛ wareware yɛ ho mpo saa de ne bi wɔ hɔ so it's never true nti Jesus ɛbɛkyerɛ yɛ saa nneɛma nyinaa ɔbɛkyerɛ the true God of the universe edi a na ɔde fɛn wɔn amo ne din sɛ ɛfɛ no Yahweh kwaku anaasɛ Musa anaa biribi awo ɔsɛ ɛfɛ no father the true ɔyɛ father yɛ father no simple nkyɛn so ɔyɛ bɛrima o ɔyɛ ɔbaa ne bɛrima nyina wɔn nisi yɛ kora no humans kora obiara na ɔyɛ ɔbaa ne bɛrima different subjects yɛ bɛ describe yɛ describe ne yie akyerɛ mo obiara na ɔyɛ human biara na ɔyɛ ɔbaa ana ɔyɛ bɛrima yɛ neutral simple yɛ ni ɔbaa ne ɔbaa bɛrima bi a ɔyɛ neutral just there as human we are known as human we are not divided by sex there be or heaven you are known as human who you human because uni vagina uni penis uni ase ho ne ma no uni bi on manifesting vanya a whole subject on this own me describe actually simple nti master Jesus dey obaye so oba ba be kyerɛ nyankopɔn asɛm true nyankopɔn asɛm and obaye and he had a whole lot of opposing people and you run a life in heaven life and I may describe it kakra no I describe kakra when I go through the process of moving from the fourth dimension to the sixth dimension you know I better say how the process is which Jesus Christ went through just as me and you until how they here but his personality his state of existence and his advanced spiritual knowledge, you know, and no nama describe actually when he was he had not come onto the planet, when he was still a soul in heaven. Good. Now, yeah, my physicality time or bass Jesus, the life of Jesus when he was a human, when he became a human. Pacho, yes, I heaven no human, but when he became a human in a physical form. That is what I'm talking about. It's the interest in the life of city. Good. Now, there were a whole lot of history contradicting information about Jesus Christ, how his birth and everything, how he was born. From the Bible, what we know is there was an immaculate conception of Jesus. It was a perfect conception of Jesus. Simply meaning, sir, Obani Bema Bedana, you be conceive Sadi and you be conceive a nipa there. AKA is not immaculate and you're perfect. But Yankopo, or no abenye mo baby dia and controversially about our Yankopo benye mo ba war dia abrali ku fa no kan dia and no dey say immaculate perfect. There be a pacho and you no correct. Meaning the otros are the initiative, but any credit. Jesus Christ, ye wono. Papa bi ne yere ne papa ne di ne enye so clear, but ne mama no, omo friend Mary, who in a way was also advanced, or also a spiritual, advanced spiritual woman to a certain point. So no say oba eta, ube choose parents. Parents now ube choose. Parents have to share a certain bit of vibration with you. It's the vibration of Mary, not a coincided and as a likened to that of Jesus Christ. Yes, said na Mary in the spiritual level na na ebebo na eben Jesus ye nti na on choose parents bia any other than Mary. Aside that no, the nti Jesus be choose Mary. Mary na ye Bible can be bebre to say Mary and Joseph ni you Jesus in a manger, you Jesus get dwan buomu. No you Jesus she dwan buomu ne me patcho. That is not what is in the Akashic records. Me patcho Jesus was born like a prince. Mary and Nikunu no. Now they were living like princes, as like royals be. Omu sika esikafoɔ and be explain me baby explain the entire Jesus needed to be born in something more or less like a royal, like a rich home. I see a one or two rich home bisa. That is what I'm coming to explain. So you will choose your parents. Your parents must share a similar vibration with you based on your life plan and your personality. Simple. Your personality, it depicts and not your life plan fa. Into a life plan of the baby you will be as an so choose parents. So parents in the bit me assist one more to me achieve. Simple. Of course, some souls can choose some difficult life plans. Now, ABR in the life plan, I saw baby be and say be as a doctor. But near what won a crabby say we have to. Now, I say, there's with me struggle free ho and some with me about a doctor. But normally, do na. So we a musician, likely so be musician. So we a soldier near, likely so be soldier, carpenter near, likely so be carpenter, nurse, likely so be nurse. Simple. Doctor, likely so be doctor, lawyer, or so for pepe. Do na. I'm not saying all the time. Do na because so biano. Oh, guys, ebe catch and say. What life plan when a vibrant? You have to say acting and a vibrant in your life plan. Inti ko Jackie appear ho because Jackie appear a actress dada or be bow am wait to be a follow sa life plan of exploring life based on acting. Simple. Be brave. It's a true life plan. Tucked away somewhere. The piano, what's a while life plan and cause I would choose you in heaven. No, but as heaven, what is so any more heaven? No, let's church you. I mean, digress, I mean, church life plan. No, the entire won't see us now or vibration, you know, distorted. Life was so now, who the old piano. I mean, church you look at crabby. It's a whole subject on its own. I bet, but my mean, baby, look at crabby. Your boss as is what you're a fee. It's a contract. Like, yeah, we agree to that. Say our memories will be wiped. So when you are coming down, you go through a lengthy educational process. You go through baby for hell, you know. Hell itself and also your different subjects on its own. I'll tackle separately in a different video. Until when you are descending, you will go through a lengthy educational process. And send a wabba as I see so. And part of the requirements of coming onto the planet, and they say, well, memory will be wiped. Your memory will be wiped. Sadly, you'll be saying now will be wiped. Why? You'll be able to say, I don't know who here say it will be wiped. It be here because you are coming to start life from a small baby. Baby, I crack it to I want to picture. I crack it to I want to picture. How developed are the neurons? Neurons are carrying neurons. No? The brain cells now carry information to and fro your soul. No? How developed are the neurons of a baby? Into information I only mean heavy nina. Say, uber physicality nina say information. No? Baby nina. What do you think the baby will occur to the baby? The baby will start having seizures. Obenya seizures cry. Because high level information from heaven now who so no dey ban. Me pato so no nya cry when yini dada. So be no ya cry wo be anyini. Obia say abra wakra. So when you need da. Your soul is older than your body. Sir, it is our information only mean heaven in so we incarnate into a small baby body more. That's the information in a good baby need to know. What do you think will happen to the baby? The body needs to contain this information. And knowledge is power. Power is knowledge in it, you know. A bit of my seizures. because the neurons will be crashing against each other, trying to process that huge chunk of information. And so as part of the requirements are all the better because you start from an infant. Yeah, now penny for cry, your brain neurons and that's the same. Yeah, you cry. Nipa do na to me dream to say basic to say obi pay akwake to be 9 years running nada. What the brain out to say the brain the thinking capacity will form to be. Woman wave of information, high wave of information be there will be too simple. Woman high wave of information be to be here. Would you go be to her? Sorry, see. Inti part of the requirements, and they say your memory will be wiped because it won't be good for that baby kids to know that. To acquire all those knowledge back, you have to increase at the end your vibration. You better discuss how increasing your vibration and how it will conform to you getting high flow of spiritual knowledge. So vibration increase here. Spiritual knowledge will occur. You describe it. Sanity. You catch the but won't mean comprehend it. Sanity. Into most of this information I'm sharing with you, most people will be discordant to the information because they can't relate to it. It doesn't. It won't vibrate with them because their level of advancement has not reached the level of the information now. Pour down into a simple. Based on your level of advancement, and then that will be make example. Be say, Israel for ya you say Yankopon na ehira wo mu Yankopon na ehira wo mu. Omo na asase ketewa bi o maku nipa ho aku ntokwa de bia wo. You see, the wave of knowledge started 2012. No, it's now hitting some people. The wave of knowledge, first na ya adwena ka Bible nim na obi ku nipa o Bible nim kra ye fa say holy no, and the people don't think like that. Things are changing. Obi say Yankopon say Israel for nkoku amanfo in the Bible ya chro my brandy book ne say book ni holy. Cause there are people killing people in the book. Are they? Somebody is killing somebody in the book. Who say book ni holy? How, Debbie? And the people will start considering those things. And Nona, bringing the uprising of the Common Sense family in Bemushe, they also did their thing. Yes, because there was a wave of energy that automatically came to enlighten people who could accept that wave. Anyone? A pushy by around 2012 and started a pushy by because we are headed towards an era, be a friend ascension. So a wave of energy meaning a pushy by, come on, said the bay, a bit me started enlightening for to receive high flow heavenly knowledge. To say the be how make it catch them. Simple. And Jesus Christ, then go back to Master Jesus in this Bible. Jesus Christ went through the same process and he incarnated into a body born by another spiritual woman, Mary. A low vibrational mother be also high vibration because no follow spirituality to a certain degree. It might not be as advanced as that of Master Jesus, but on also a high spiritual level, anyway, a good person or a loving person, or a phobia, a good person or a loving person. Nti who will be na nebusuamu ye Mary ne Joseph so na ni kunu Joseph ampo say ne papa ne de minim ne din sa. That information wasn't shared so much, but Mary there she was described well. Nti nebusuafo no Yesu nebusuafo na omo wo ho no omo ti scam like omo say royals na no omo ho simple in here omo. So more a glimpse of this. Just imagine, will be a Yesu here on any man, papa a carpenter, common carpenter near the other. There's a big contradiction in the Bible. Who's Adian? For somebody to die and be buried in the tomb in the olden times simply meant the person was of a higher class standard. See, almost you see Yesu, I want to offer tomb. My friend said Joseph of Arimathea say no through this silk ne near be through Europe near the. Sada no moka. nti yesu wu ye no omo pa che say yesu wu omo ku yesu no ye kosie ne wo saa tumbu ni mu nti obi a ahia omabusuafo a ne papa ye common carpenter ne maame kra na onya ba bi nana okọwo no odwan buo mu aye den na owu animguasiwo a ya bow naked ya cross na that time no ye see crucify ye do cross so a na ekun a aye one of the most disgraceful deaths anybody can endure. Nti se wu sa animguasiwo na essentially you will be buried ye do kwakoto kuro na chikra to say outcast bi near bomb mass burial bi near the what but almost see Jesus kwakoto dey ayi mu. So you see the contradiction. Na ehia Yesu Dabi, Master Jesus. Na ehia omo. Nebusuafo ne maame ne papa no man say royal. So he was born like a royal. Yes. And he would choose that family. So Jesus needed to choose a family with at least good living and a highly spiritual mother. Obetini as supporting the course na oba be no. Kofa maame beifu bia o mehye maame beifu bia mu Dabi obeba a pair vibration no on vibrate to maame bia onye bia no nenam krom a wo ya beisam Dabi obe vibrate to maame bia or her loving hearts out the best support so spiritual course na oba be on the planet. Simple. Into oba hwan ho Mary ho and we catch us in Mary. Another reason why Jesus Christ would not incarnate to mother be here no and answer to parents they exist in the working class. I'm talking about the working class. Working class me adwuma ba me carpenter ni but say they no more describe Mary ni Joseph our Bible ni no. They describe them as people belonging to the working class. They were not there. They were in the upper class. They are not middle, upper middle. They be upper class. Upper class and a group mostly they don't even need to work. Royals, they do my me. Now, the main question is, I didn't think Jesus would incarnate into such a family that belonged to the upper class. And so this is the answer. At the end, I feel the spirituality. Me pacho. Any easy tax baku kra. Just imagine. We feel nkra brain. We saw no the oni nyina no for nkra brain near wiping nyina. You are coming to learn a whole new experiences on the planet. Planet where I attributed to hell. Yeah, planet where it is. I will have a strong affiliation to hell. That could make change a different subjects on its own. Bonnier coastal planet win your plan and yet bonnet to pick up the mantle as a spiritual student, and yasem kitwa. So because I'm a fat spirituality at home, so say a subject. The level of discipline you need, the level of dedication you need, the willpower, the motivation, and you are here to sustain that life as a spiritual student. And the idea because on the planet, most people, almost 99.9% of the people are not spiritual. Until you will fall into a consciousness that totally opposes I'm talking about true spirituality. I'm not talking about sophobia when you're called to be a teacher in the pampi and his shoe and free hakuka and junction. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true divine spirituality. Divine spirituality. Yes. Francophone America omo gyina also omo meditate and Bible cry kasa bebe nkopode na below belt. Omo gyina also omo meditate they meditate for the entire planet. Omo tiasase so no wa joining a heavenly group. They are ushering the entire planet into a state of light said the bear, your cataclysm effects, catastrophes, disasters, wars, atrocities, do one also but on the planet. What's I say? Said the bear, a best sister, the entire, and I say the general negative collective consciousness now, the piano demons need pushing onto us. Say, yabe build as a blanket to cover the planet and maintain the darkness the planet currently exists in. There be akwane ne mote asase no. Sa spiritual master no one mo mote asase obi ti say Master Jesus. One mote asase no. Wono was stress so your meditation na. Wakoka masters ne mo soro ho. Omo usher the whole planet into a state of light. The demons also gina other side. Almost so usher the planets, you know, and then they pay into a consciousness of darkness. So the way a bonny no do na mubi di bebre na bonny and so woody bonny na no per mutual attraction na bonny do na so say a tomo. Na masters no so chimu free home. It is our job no and your job kitu and your banku job and your full job there be and your job thing. And see, whoever will pick up that mantle, no, the person doesn't need, and now say, it wouldn't help for the person to be born in the working class. It's yes, a papa, and oye, carpenter and pa, and only papa and nam, a friend, a carpenter line. Now, come on, helping me, when the baby table. Kane maame edi dwa wo ayi central marketer ka one ne maame o soa ayi friend say we boto bro boto and I say those boto e dey kwa kujane maame e one maame store there be and he will come and belong to the what are they friend of the working class. When you belong to the working class, so spiritual journey no it will be hindered. O maame say bema sorry na yenko no aduane ansa na wonnuano mu amugu ho na nya bia di ne ansa na we ya yesi na there be what spiritual journey no and support na M1 wo spiritual journey no M1 it's because yesu ne mantle na ni kura no anu ordaining he needed to be born in such a family said the bear Obinya the luxury and the luxury of time. Now would it be senior advanced spirituality? Now would it be better? And one will see and then one will practice it and then any dear kaho to say a known avatar. Excuse me, a known avatar. And as a matter, and then it's me friend say, or your young couple into any day. Yen sumo. Simple. Now. Yen twaso yen fa bibi kakra enka ho say Jesus Master Jesus dey no ya ne yen frɛ in physicality entire friend Master Jesus especially the Christians on time friend Master Jesus ya na omo a friend Jesus Christ of course I believe say they don't actually understand that they friend Christ, you know. They don't understand it. They think Jesus dey no Jesus dey no. Some few people have got some basic understanding of the Christ, but let me take the time and explain the Christ. A simple thing. The Christ is the God Spirit in all of us. The Christ is the God Spirit in all of us. It will be BM. And more in Christ Spirit. It's the God Spirit in everything. Simple. And one we have found a Christ. You know? Now, so God Spirit. You know? Where do you think it is? Yeah, man, for you mistake be brain. Who's a man for YouTube videos? No more can and also that your soul. Do you know your soul? Debbie, you have no idea where your soul is, or what your soul is, or the power behind your soul. Unim, seka unima, and you will never agree to anybody saying say your soul is within your body, and your whole subject on its own. But because say Christ Spirit, that's God essence now. If friend Christ Spirit, no? Excuse me. About the subject in Hunti. Me pese me take it time kakrabi. Now me make an overview of how you are partitioned. Now, When Nyankopon attacks the directors of life, that's those high angelic beings. When Nyankopon attacks almost say they should create physicality, where souls will come and have some experience, life experience. What those people thought initially was they actually wanted to bring the raw soul. So now free fourth dimension, raw. No, the rubber sees dimension, physicality. Now come the rubber be see. And kaya mama we say we are born by mother be o there be. And kaya baba straight. Say kaya baba be jina bind to say so. But in Kofoni try and it failed. Because why did it fail? Because the vibration of the God essence within the soul is a serious thing, my friend. And therefore, God essence needs your soul. God essence na it's your soul. So you can see life essence through what they friend the Holy Spirit and they transform it into a beer. A complex thing be a baby. So we will discuss that later. But ushemwa life essence nyankopon na yeso show be mu no or one pill. So life essence one pill through the Holy Spirit, which serves as a transformer. Now transforming that energy into obia, transforming into obia. Now ma obia a sense of individuality that you are different from source, you are different from God. Simple. It's a unique personality. I'm saying hey kojo me unique personality. Kwame I'm a unique personality. Abuana krama na otu feel no. I'm a unique personality. But I nyina no, the source ni free one life essence of God. Ni free God, one life essence. That DNA for the Holy Spirit no, or no na transmitters animal. And it's kind of complex. So no ojina high vibration in heaven. So high vibration, you can't reduce the vibration until it becomes physical like our flesh. They tried and it failed. And so this is what they did. They created something like an avatar body. When I hear movie, you know, my friend avatar and confirm blue, you know. Obi a watch a movie ni bia na sa net here, sa your body net here. So your soul is not here on earth. There be. Your soul is still back in heaven, in an area in heaven. You say, yeah, you're back earth. No? Your souls in heaven. In the general population, our souls are grouped in a different area with guides. They are thinking unique, separate entities from your physical bodies. You so now what's heaven? Or you're thinking differently, or you're different, be separate from your physical body. Quite fascinating. It's interesting. Now, how does your soul relate to your physical body? Your soul, no, a different from masters in the friend. My friend is saying the puppet master. See, we soul not to heaven. Your friend is saying the puppet master. I didn't see the friend the puppet master. Your physical body is the puppet, and our soul, no, and the puppet master no manipulate your physical body, no, or no, they control physical body. To be peja on sa information if you soul no one and send it to me more peja on sa. O body need a konko, you have to say a tontra, a avatar body. When the soul detaches from the body, you are dead. The body is dead. Simple. It won't have any source of life. The source of life for the body is from the soul side. And it's what controls every activity. The information is transmitted from your body to your soul explains it and it travels back to your body. Say idea we account ash. It's quite fascinating. Mekasa ho audio ya wuti. Asimbi be raw wasumbian. It goes to your soul in heaven and comes back to tell you say Messi A, Messi B, Messi C. So interesting, so serious. Just imagine the speed. And so to say amazing. How awesome it is compared. So your soul up there in heaven, offending the puppet master. It's a whole topic altogether. Now, very close to your soul is our God essence. and it's of high vibration. Now, just imagine, make it say God essence. Now, God essence, I had a say God force now. Your friend Christ spirit, and I had a kitwa. And you had a kitwa. Say, yeah, ticket to be crop a bit me power light to be a walk planet with a bit me so machine be an ye kit will be say, I got essence. Yeah, why a moo, ye chemu bear 1 trillion, ye mukit will be say, a bit me so machine be a walk planet with. Because energy is free urban and your energy kit what. So, very close to your soul in heaven is that God essence of high vibration. Now, your soul. Excuse me, your soul no crown because of the high vibration, it doesn't connect directly to your body. There's another body. Our body may say a friend is a friend, the etheric body and an etheric double. So my friend, simple. I'm friend the etheric double. So immediate spiritual existence from our physicality. So immediate existence, a friend etheric realm. I want to move to an enamel, emotion, any nature spirits na unu ko diagram me bo dam me say no kono omnenam etheric world. Sani fro is the closest and is the most proximal spiritual existence to earth. It's earth no. If I say earth and shadow, etheric existence no, I say earth and shadow, and it's of a different vibration. Simple. And see, earth and ya na wa etheric world no, and ya na wa ye nyina ye gu earth. Etheric world no wom, but it's of a different vibration. And see, se motia nam ha, emotia nam etheric world into one nam wonim say kwa wu no, because of that different vibration of the etheric world. So we are living in the physicality and they are living in the etheric world. Simple. Simple. We are living in physicality, they are living in the etheric world. Until one no and I'm assuming who no. Say most person who are is tuning vibration no to that of physicality no who. And yes, I the place in the crowd. My man can't be big to a. So in heaven, the same thing happens. When you are developing in heaven, you don't live baby outside. One outside, you just move in vibrations. Into one will be to heaven. So or advancing Jawa. I feel wow down for now and I'm heaven. I feel who be when you in heaven. But when you're not to call baby out, what's over uno? At a sunny any moti at ya, one of them moti any bin in a mopa zoom. But which you lower vibration now a back to physicality. Or which me who's a war now way. And now they can perceive your etheric double. So on. Simple. Essentially, Motia doesn't see our physical bodies in on one natural state, which is the etheric state. Nature spirit as a subject in you later. Nature spirit as a subject, you later. Good. Inti Motia namho as Motia. Onye a friend saying, oh, who body no. But who etheric double? Now say etheric double where then, and also another transformer, a transformer similar to that of what the Holy Spirit. But etheric double no, say etheric double no shawan. Or no dear, or your lower vibration kakra. Simple. Etheric double no is of a lower vibration kakra. But or your transformer. Transformer no jumabe no di. So no connection to the body no must go through a transformer before it connects to your physical body. I repeat, the connection from the soul to your physical body, the connection if you soul no about physical body, it must go through something like a transformer before it connects to your physical body. Because it's what? Simple. Because it's of a high vibration. Energy no do. So energy no but directly from soul no any god essence na attached to soul no na but directly to your physical body now. There be physical body won't have a fry cry. I had the better one sanity. Your body won't be prepared to receive such vibrations. Sanity. Menka say body no can never receive such high vibration. at a point when the body is capable, point nipa biara obetimi advance the body no so spiritually amana kosora to the point say e be receive almost direct energy from the soul side no nipa no obetimi aye invincible to us wayera because the vibration is too high for us to be able to what perceive say nipa krono ebe have all the spiritual abilities ebi ne teleportation telekinesis ne clairvoyance anima no obetimi awo ni nyina obetimi ayera free ha akwa akopie America no ayera free America aba bepie ha obetimi achen mu mienu na ba ko exist wa ha na ba ko exist wa America. Simple. Ni nyina human abilities, but you can only do that when you raise the vibration of your body. When you raise the vibration of your body now, you become like lights. Why I say lights? So lights no, and no, and na obi betimi agina nchen. Omo mo te spirituality si ase no. Ombeka say you have done what? You have activated your Christ spirit. You have activated your Christ spirit. Essentially, and yes, you are activating your Christ spirit. What you are actually doing is what empower the transformer. And now, why your papa will live a holy life out to the point say, now transformer, no, which is designed to regulate the energy coming to your physical body. No? What elevates your physical body now by living so holier to the point to say, transformer them who say, obetimi the high energy flow from your spiritual side, which is your soul living in heaven, to your physical body, directly to your physical body. Even though energy never through the transformer still, but why you holding it? Transformer no super sense say, okay, why you holding there? Any high energy bit me aba. It is any pana why you holding no. So when I'm ho say ya, obi a we ni no, ya kasa obi we ni a me patro so obi ate ase. Obi a we ni bi ehu na obeka say, eh nipa a wonam ho yi, kane bi eso won ho, kane bi atwa ne ho ahia. Sa kane no. What the call bro my friend say, friend aura. Your aura. It will be a vibrate of high, no? The aura. And you're bright. Obi a vibrating low, no? The aura. Obi hunu. And you're dull or dismal or dark brown, be sir. Anyway, it means the person is vibrating at a low frequency. Either or you're fully depressed and I will body. Simple. Either the pakona symbiote to now we highly depressed. And now negative entity be attaching itself to Zen Chrono. And now say Nipa Chrono on one activities no body. That will be a living holy life biano. Who say obi shana obi away ni hu na obi hu sa kwa we cash lights na eba no. Ti my phone om wa ni no be hu sa lights no. Say Nipa Chrono owura fie bi mu na fie no say o pedan han wo fie bi na fie no by foot mu by phone betu obetu obekasa kwa we obefia de one kan chem kra no obetu obekasa the advance so we dey mo first card watu because onti mini such of person of direct divine light source enter one hwa na do wo tu afa wiem kra na wo na wa afa onti mi bafie bi wa kasro ho that's just by the way. It's a Christ spirit, you know. When you live a more holy life or more divine life, you channel high flow of energy coming from your soul side to your physical body. And one aka where activity there or Christ spirit. And looking at the life of Master Jesus, and what do you think he did? He did exactly as I've described it. He activated his Christ spirit into the Christopher friend. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Through daily meditation, through good eating, through exercise, through exercising, through love, expression of love, through divine love, meditation, healthy eating, healthy eating no unko be becoming a vegan. Also for be jinam ni prekonia de osem yeso for yana me sere kwa. Also for renam ni prekoni wa oku aboare osem ye divine. Nobody who is obedient no it's funny. Excuse me. But obedient wa wonye a year first a vegan or with me attaining holiness. There be chem. We are here to preserve all life. We are not supposed to kill the animals. People, nipa kakra na me no mdi ko meka kire o say, wontimi njai na mo rimpo a. So ohu ntatia, se ntatia bia ba be gu chancy bi mu a. Me pacho enku omu nyina. Enfomu ntatia ayi 500 na enfomu nyina ko nu nsuom endai omu nyina. For omu ko nwuram na propro na sa sugar bi gu omu no mu ndi na omu mbo omu bra ewo. Why? So little expression of love in Nkwano Yankupon Edbishrow, Miss Row. In Kuomo, why? Now, Ukuomono, and send me to what Jenny Maso say, Sa killings now, you know, and the mass has them the two. Why Jenny Maso? And see, going back to Master Jesus, he lived that life. Or try amount for Nema. Oh, Siadia, and yes, a life in England, I can't, oh, Siadia. Or if full meditation, at this time, usia life experiences one, usia spirituality. Spirituality, Jesus, or conscious be free, or call Himalayans, or call India. Jesus call India, or call Himalayans. Ho. Bible time, I know I hear from when you're not in them side places when you know. Only kakra o Israel. Ho. Ebubo bra kakra ye spirituality church man kakra ye ebia 1 or 2 3 miracles because he knew so many things. Onyini kakra ni in the teenage no call Himalayas ho. Eko India ho. Eko suya advanced spirituality be free. Some masters be brewa. Mokra munti omudi. Some masters munti omudi. There are other masters on better we are saying no man is Jesus Christ. Ye won krofo bi won asase so man say Jesus Christ but yes ankure hunu na ye dede omo nka hwe omo je social media stars na bi omo nka hwe ba we ready omo hu omo wo ye ready wo disciple no wo ye ready say wo hwehwe sankofo wo be hia omo simple charity omo beton omo want to say the osofo body royal signboard na I have nothing against those asofo. No, they are doing what they know. Simple. But they are true divine people. What I'm saying is they are true divine people. I won't function more or less like emphasis to say Jesus Christ. Jesus is okay saying, what's it the all year? You better the same thing. One car. The same thing. Simple. So that is basically the life of Master Jesus. Or by through Mary, or by Mary. He didn't belong to the working class. Onya the luxury of time and the leisure time because on year you may be no dear did and I own here so obey you to support a sick mother there be and I name me a come deno there be. So he embarked on a spiritual journey, even though he advanced from heaven dada. Oba earth no simple, but or a greater because we advanced or a greater energy flow compared to us. Or advanced guides into people like Jesus, special people like Jesus Christ, or more by a big the guides, Yeah, what mother guide. Sister me, what mother guide back up, make us say, Ojana been chain invincible, I mean, huni. Obia, what you do, Obia has got the same mother guide. Ojana will tell or to send the woman, to send there will be a don the back. Oh, baby, who could be able to guide, That way we talk about guides. Guys in general, make one separately interesting. And it will amaze you to know, say, Abua krama kwa na mo crowd guide or spirit guide within it. A diacro see what crowd spirit a born crowd down crowd no crowd spirit guide or no such as a born and the guide any a born bia. It's who you human or guide no something like a humanoid state, humanoid consciousness be on to do it is pepe. Sometimes so guide no kasachira about won't bia it told be on them baby else bibi catch up hey who guide no in here outside o guide na kasachiro na who I found say you are hearing voices in your head your guide na kasachiro because we are not living so much in the spirit ya adwene no physicality ni so more because ya adwene no physicality ni so more no your connection to the guide no enye so strong into o kasachiro kwa yentie won tenant sanity but obi to say Master Jesus, you know, he probably had a full-blown angel as a guide when he was even a child. Because onim spirituality was spiritually was advanced to the point say obey here an extra guide who is also advanced to the level but church and near further. Now on only default mother guide and go into church and the many because you way too advanced. At the same time, school, you call SS. Masters no mo chere wade e school ni emfa say o mo no mo basic guides but akwa bi the ot class wa bia ma masters no mo chere de o SS ni ntibi say university lecturer bi e ka ho e mo chere na de because o ye niema ye more advanced than the masters in level e betimi comprehend. Simple. It's probably Jesus Christ had multiple guides, maybe a 2 or 3, some being angels, a full-blown angel ankasa. No, the nature is a guide. Simple. And I know the tears as is. And see, in Israel, when you now start saying meditation, on him saying many other. Or starting the meditation, or your papa, or you say, or you live good life, or come where be to say the Israel die way. And found we come way, sir, on yes, I many in Abby. No, dear, name advanced things in life. So no what Jesus what earth no now we heaven basa what tenase so meditation mu meditation na we no call heaven acquisition na be cross aba back simple o call India ho ne ba crop de na e worse see o ba ye no e ho na utim say fully or activity sa time na mu hunu as o mo describing no Bible no ne Hosea time ne o ba ya na o yi preaching ne de ne nyera mebrebe no e ho no na probably utim say na what activating the true the Christ spirit no e kosoro nti o activate sa energy ne into your system Christ spirit just say ufiti ya na automatically wa ba be fully divine o there bi gradually nti your body no be build sa increasing vibration. Science, we build the vibration air costro. It's vibration level be of higher vibration about reach be an energy flow beba aka the spiritual abilities you can perform. And I said the spiritual abilities you would have. It's build and build it be any energy beba. It's the more you live a holy life, you live a divine life. Sana na energy the more na. It's will be reach point to be na as what reach maximum. As what reach maximum, the maximum your physical body can attain. It will be to say Master Jesus. Is something similar. To say the maximum the physical body no. What him say or reach the pinnacle of the human body, no? How the level are you, the highest level of physical existence, and as a high spiritual existence, a physical body to me attain. Simple. That's all that I want to see. Of riches high level and sana or a free assassins. Now, let's stop here and try to describe the physical life of Jesus Christ kakra the relationship life the disciples the marital life how he related the death. Now you are coming to talk about the death, the marital life and the discipleship no directly from the Akashic records. Okay. Into us. Now, we'll be able to say, okay, we know about the spiritual development of Jesus and the kind of things he was capable of doing and all those things. What is the reality and the truth behind maybe to say new marriage, some other activities be our better for me on the planet? Maybe to say the disciple story, no, I come on in and how did all go? Okay, good. Then starting with disciples. It said, Yesu, on Jesus, Master Jesus, na or 12 disciples. Na later no be back no but also, but the inner circle no ankasa and I said the closest number of people no are no me to Jesus no they no me 12. Aha. Nipa 12 pe na na ben no ne mighty Luke John we mu na omo ana ne se won ye 12 ne we mu na no omo ben Jesus. It's no 12 disciples essentially sana no mo come. The reality from the Akashic records, you know, and they say Jesus doesn't have any disciple. Shocking, right? It's very shocking. Jesus didn't have any disciple. And now Ubibebu say, and yeah, some names na John, Luke, name Matthew, name one name we as I squad 12 name Judas Munilano. Who are those people? I church disciples of Jesus. I don't become Peter Mono. One mono. From the Akashic records, none of those people existed. None of those people existed. Ubien who existed. We should show them, and there's no proof because you are not spiritual. Whoever is listening to this information is not spiritual enough to travel to the Akashic records, which is in the 5th dimension, to make that investigation to see it. But the masters in heaven are capable of visiting the 5th dimension, go into the Akashic records, and read the personal file of Jesus Christ. Yes. They actually don't want to do that so much. But they go to read it. They will clear the misconceptions surrounding the name Jesus Christ. Did Jesus Christ have any disciples? No. Who are those disciples? None of them was found in the Akashic records. Obieni omu who say na akwa we friend Luke. Nti of course, ushe Akashic records na wo hwehwe nipa bi na ye friend Luke. Sa yete asase so krampo do ye friend kofo bebe Luke anameboa. Ye friend nipa bebe Peter anameboa. Nti wo hwehwe Akashic records mu a wo be hu enkofo bi a they came and they are still in incarnation e from Peter. Nenso the person na friend Peter na no di Jesus achi no oni ho obi no this is and one say obi no di Jesus achi a na friend no Peter obi no di Jesus achi na friend John obi no di Jesus achi friend Matthew no one obi no Luke ni ho amunyina nobody existed nti omo share the personal file of Jesus Christ that obi no no di Jesus achi sa obi no. Now, Obibebu says, then no trust our story and say Jesus and the 12 disciples. Why? What that whole thing represents. And before I become one of them, now, the person, the closest person who saw Jesus on a friend of Mary Magdalene. Shocking, right? The closest person and now what carry Jesus home omu ye in the Akashic records no. Mary Magdalene. Yen kanchire Mary Magdalene no oye and na oye to Jesus. Very simply, Mary Magdalene Jesus ne wife ne no. Jesus wife no nti obi a o ka kire o say Jesus anware bia wo boa. It's never true. That is not the reality. You can believe it or disbelieve it. That's it. Enche bia no na ye generation ye enche bia na ewu afiri wiase. Ye ewu free wiase na ye ko heaven na wo develop in heaven. Wa obitimi akọ Akashic records mu akọ share the life of Jesus. Na wa hu wo be hu say Mary Jesus na ne yere and Mary Magdalene. Omu share mu no one ne wo mienu one Mary Magdalene wo mienu Jesus and Mary Magdalene ewu tu oba no a friend Sarah ni din no munya ne royal like ni din no hu ne yie like almost so investigating into the fall of Jesus ne oba ni din ni de Sarah ba bema no omu tu oba ne bema no a friend Jude or something ni din ni so clear but or two, or a boy and a girl. The girl's name came out very clear, which is Sarah. But Bema didn't be quite dicey. Sarah Masters and a kind. Simple. Nti ne yere ne Mary Magdalene. And ade a say so fascinating ko omusa kan no krampo kra de bia me redi an na me se e ma nika kran se omose oda so sa ye ne yere nti till when Jesus Christ came into incarnation na Mary Magdalene ye ne yere onko heaven no Mary Magdalene da so sa ye ne yere almost they are still much in love with each other, and we have been seeing them. See, which is how do we? You say you, Mary Magdalene, Jesus walking around in heaven. Simple. No. Into Mary Magdalene, any Jesus walking around in heaven. To say the obi mo say eh then they know heaven they say or then omo shapen omo ho de misro we have been you don't manifest reproductive organs no there be elimination organs no see yen kan go ni twi enema wo de badwo so ye wo de be ye sex ne sa enema ye gu ya se no in heaven obi na ho a you don't manifest those things. They will manifest something like a heart, your brain, the eyes and all those things to serve a different purpose. But I see what your man find your she. I see what your man systems in the gossip one. Find your she. From your kuma, I see one your man. Find your she in heaven. So they don't manifest those reproductive organs in there for anything. Until say oba na mwa. Until obi enu oyo oba na obi enu oyo bema in heaven. You are there as a human. We are human. You are human. Simple. When you're walking in heaven, you don't manifest all those things. Now, even more so, Obia who said in heaven, I mean, Father in heaven, Obia who said, Onam Hobia more or less why say the piano, why assume a humanoid form. It simply means the person is not advanced on developing. Yes. Obia who so I repeat, Obia onam heaven bia obi who say the piano he states or manifested to say a humanoid form. The person simply is not advanced. In natural sense, a true form. And to say up, you can say up, where the name ORB. Up. Our true forms is actually like an up, like a ball shape. Why is a ball of light? And now a spherical shape of light to be ball of light. Until almost me advanced. Ube huno no a consolidate the essence into a ball of light. No namo in heaven. So now be huno. Almost me advanced. Or when people are developing into a pure spirit. That is the shape they assume. It doesn't mean they can't re-assume the humanoid shape. They can re-assume the humanoid shape. But your default shape, because your default shape is not the humanoid shape. When you are advancing, you advance or you assume your true shape, which is that orb of light, ball of light, ball of light. Simple. And see, Master Sanaka said, Omuhu Jesus name, Mary Magdalene walking in heaven. But you don't think say, Ebia, Ubehu Jesus na Ebia, why nipa, na Mary Magdalene, so I said, I and who said nipa, no man am heaven. Ubet me who almost saw walking in heaven, but it's uncommon. Say be because by now they are all advanced souls, and in that ball of light, and masters now almost so advanced, no. Who those balls no ball of light and no say way ball of light way Jesus and a ball of light was Mary Magdalene, and they be almost almost say they have been seeing them. They are pretty much in love, and they are all working. They are still in heaven. Master say, baby a kraman ewu a okono. heaven ketewa bi na kraman kwakwa enjoy ne ho ansa na the energy no will be reused for something else to create another animal, to another kraman to come on earth. No? I mean, kraman no, essentially more energy no, and no reincarnate because omo wu a omo ko spend the time kakra bi in their own heavenly existence. Na their energy is reused to create another fancy kraman bi. Na ono so aba be na ma ono so wu na sa na recycle sa. Nti yɛn fa sɛ mmoa na ebi abɛka sɛ de reincarnate nye humans we don't yɛ advance kɔ wowɔ krama bi a wopɛ n'asɛm paa na pet bi a wopɛ n'asɛm paa love is the strongest binding force love is the strongest binding force sɛ nipa mmienu sɛ truly wɔn do wɔn ho paa baabi ni wa baako hyɛ wɔde baako kɔ akɔto ɛde baako kɔ akɔto a they won't find a way to come back together again by mutual attraction wo do yiri paa na yɛde ne kɔ hyɛ ayi India akyire ho baabi wonim baabi ɔwɔ na wo so hyɛ America asuro ho baabi na de bia no still the person remains in your consciousness as your one true lover. By mutual attraction, universe never find you where mamu nyina mababa bishia. Simple. Universe na by mutual attraction, yankopon energy. That mutual attraction, you can want some separately. A serious force. Simple. A serious force. You can want some in another video. Nti. So wo krama bi na wo pena sempa na owujawa. Kraboni wujawa. Sɛ aboa no woda so pɛ n'asɛm pa sɛ na wo krama yɛ Africa adeɛ na yɛ mmoa no yɛntaa mfili wɔn nkyɛ saa because yɛ mu yɛn ho kyerɛ bebree but aborɔfo no deɛ they build strong affections towards their pets animals nti sɛ aboa no ɔkra anaa krama no owu a ɔkɔ akɔtwɛn wɔ human heaven because love because love is the strongest binding force and because of that love na wɔn aboa no aboa no kwa akɔtwɛn wɔ human heaven nso wu a wokɔ akɔjoin aboa no in the human heaven wokɔ akɔjoin aboa no nti na one kram nti obi wɔ heaven one kram one ne kraman ne nam hɔ adentra because they shared a very strong bond that bond was held together by adeɛ ne friend love adeɛ ne friend love that bond was held together by sadian simple now so human no say develop to become a true spirit and a pure spirit that is when we be departed from aboa no because aboa no ain't mean develop it say the human will be developing in a loving and in a gentle way aboa no will go back to a more heaven the human also advance it towards perfection and one simple. In the case of Mary Magdalene Jesus, we humans. Into omukra do meet me advance here boom. Ako. Meet me in your services. Aye medication, aye near me boom because we humans, no more advance here. Nobody will separate from each other. Into do you pa woni we yibin nyina wu a mo betimi akwa share heaven. Now in natural sense where wu a na kwa heaven the first people you are introduced to obusuafo. Obusuafo mo to heaven. Those are the first people you're introduced to and you familiarize yourself with before you go for your life review. You make a different topic. The death process, a different topic on its own. So whoever is interested will stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and notification be about knowing your video. Then also what's good. Now, that is in a nutshell Jesus, the marital story. And one still on any era that's over heaven. They love us. They are doing so many things to support humanity, to usher us into the state of light. They are doing so many services for people trapped in hell. They are doing so many things for us. And through this, I didn't friend. Love services here and Jesus and the year almost heaven or no more my just like the other masters na pepe. Simple. Good. Now, Obibu says, okay, Mr. Freddy, now then, say Jesus will need a EBI, a church story, baby, say, Jesus, 12 disciples. Nti almost search through mame ka bibi kitso bi Akashic records say almost say wo hwɛ mu a you look through the lens of the person. O de yentwa eno so. Se wo yentwa eno so. Ebe tintinsi bebre. Be yebekọ Akashic records na yebe wura eno ankasa mu na describe you what's that Akashic records no ade no living library no how it serves us. Ade a yebe wura mu later in a different video. But when I pay information, so we pay Second World War, everything that happened in the Second World War, everything is recorded. And recording boom to say Second World War no need video ni nyina boom to say video back with that whole. You will see the Second World War through the lens and through the file of Adolf Hitler, Ronald Reagan, American president, na no hono. Through soldiers, individual soldiers, no more fighting, you can look and also observe the Second World War through the lens of soldier through the lens of friend saying army general be na wojina Adolf Hitler squad no from the Wehrmacht for no anu mukunku nipa bebrebe no through their lens ubehu how the ordeals nyina mo ye nyina no nti won ko to ne say ya record ne say video kakraka ba ko da wona ye video how to say debi so through how nipa kro na okun to kwa ne bi no oye eye witness to kwa no how the part how perceive fight no you will go through it, you understand it through the perspective of that person. So through the perspective of Adolf Hitler the far na wo Akashic records no ubehu how he saw the entire world war. And then the ideas are not all behind the World War. Simple. Until we read Jesus for more. The Jesus here almost sometimes, they don't want to go into the files of so many people because I say more or less I say private kakra. A private kakra. But sometimes when it's for educational purposes, they have to go in there and learn a thing or two and come and teach you. So learn a few things and come and teach you. They have to respect Ubia because Ubia with free will. If I can also hell in power, you have to respect that person. Yes, Ukura, the farm, one was that you could decompose. You could say, you're sure you're there. So they have to respect every soul and then the records of all. But for educational purposes, we need to now make information instead of and see the very clear misconceptions. And see, Jesus Christ didn't have any disciple. Because some men who disciple be through the lens of Jesus, the only people didn't share Mary Madame, no, simple. Now, I didn't see that. Yanom a say Jesus, disciples. Jesus and 12 disciples. Symbolic of something. Now, this is the true meaning behind Jesus and the 12 disciples. Now, disciple bakubia represented sa adena omo freno zodiac sign. Jesus disciple bakubia no a wogina hu bia no or represented adena e freno zodiac sign. Sa adena e freno zodiac sign e bi ni the Sagittarius, Cancer, maybe the no Cancer e bi ni Capricorn, Bini, Scorpius, animal, 12, and it represents 12 months in a year. And the way back, there were some advanced spiritual people, or Motsana no me san Nina in a way, zodiac signs, Nina basically, you can say zodiac sign a Libra, then and I say zodiac sign a Cancer. Simply a personality. Cancer no a personality. And me as a cancer, may want personality traits equivalent to a cancer. There's a cancer be a you. But at the end, a personality. A personality. You be a Scorpio or Scorpio personality. And to be a zodiac sign 12 a personality. Simple. Now, so Jesus and the 12 disciples, This is what it actually represents. It represents Jesus, how a person can actually incorporate. The word is incorporate. How a person can actually incorporate all the 12 personalities be running. I repeat, the Jesus and the 12 disciples, it symbolizes how a person can incorporate all the 12 archetype personalities into himself. And now step out to become the 13th person. You can't treat because Jina say wobetwe saa suban ni nyine ranimu personalities ni nyine ranimu na ono aba be gina nchen as the 13th person. It is a spiritual master be catch say, as you see me here, I am the 13th person. Simply or say, why you incorporating within ono all the archetype personalities ni nyina na aba be ranimu 12 personalities ni na aba be ranimu and ono aba be the 13th person. Simple. What do you gain or what do you become when you become the 13th person? Simply, you become a more understanding person. Simple. So, reach a high level of a friend saying spirituality. You need that. Why would you need to be a 13th person when you reach a higher spiritual status? You'll be dealing with multiple personalities, and assembia will be a you have to understand from the standpoint of the person's personality. It is a we are Cancer. Now, me Sagittarius, because some incorporate Cancer personality room. Oh, Cancer crime to us, meaning where you are coming from, meaning how you perceive the world through your personality. Simple. I will become more understanding and I can answer your questions based on your level of understanding or based on your personality. If in my presentation, make a based on your level or based on your personality. Because personality be how I will present as some crash now. The way or mannerism I would present as so much a cancer. No? One share I would present the same thing a Scorpio or be find say before. But so when incorporate Scorpio personality into your system, so when Scorpio kasa, ube hu how abekasa chen. And I hope say we explaining bibi ma Scorpio bi tia sia, ube hu how obe explain ya chira no. Simple. So you become a more understanding person. Simple. Into your trust hard, as Jesus Christ and the 12 disciples. In actual sense, only disciple back will be anyone who didn't say disciple in the life, and you can say in the Bible, in the true life now you are recorded in the Akashic records. Now, when they were doing the search on and on and on, or therefore you go who or therefore back. As they were doing the search on and on, looking for those disciples, and I actually or Bible Barry said no Jesus who or therefore back. So therefore the friend say a friend Peter, sorry, a friend Paul, or therefore the friend is saying Paul, and Paul lived 100 years after the death of Jesus Christ. Yes, 100 years and son of Paul better years. Would you call Paul Jesus the disciple of Jesus Christ? When they saw Paul, nipa de friend Paul now almost so true Jesus once or no baby as a Jesus a 100 years. Would you call that person a disciple of Jesus? So Paul wasn't a disciple of Jesus. But of all the people no more Bible, no more church books, Paul kwani nipa or a raw person or existing. That is what I want you guys to know. Or no one or Akashic records him. Our existing. Matthew, Peter, John, none of them existed as a human. Obienu existed. Because obi wa, you know obi was assistant friend of John. You confirm friend of John, Peter, and Matthew. No, maybe they were maybe they go Akashic crossing. But they are not the people who were following Jesus Christ because there was nobody called Peter. No, did Jesus? It's never like that. It's never like that. From the Akashic record in the Bible, It's from the Akashic records. So I think I've done well by explaining the meaning of Jesus and the 12 disciples and what it means. What's that allegory, no? And our concept of what it represents. And the discovery of chairman, a friend of Paul. The Paul, the Oba later. And essentially, he can't be described as a disciple of Jesus Christ. Mary Magdalene, yes, ne yere no. Ah, no, nam. Omote heaven, ne yere daso no. Ah, odaso. And then spiritual things are almost pour down love and everything onto the planet. So the boy, Now, I'm approaching the end. Now, I think the last points I would like to make about Jesus. And I said, try say a bit clear misconceptions. Last point I better tackle the death of Jesus Christ. The death of Jesus surrounding everything surrounding Jesus Christ. My name is such ya na me ko hu akwadi e fe ne Billy Carson. Mo betime hu no YouTube kra. Fe ne Billy Carson. And kra was just a random YouTube shorts ni bi na me hwe. No kan. Or say your favorite book be Mayan Bible. I was searching for the Bible, but I couldn't find it. Mayan Bible. Mayan Bible, no, it states clearly in it say Jesus didn't die on the cross. The Mayan Bible. Yes, I don't know if I'm getting the name well. Good. It states clearly that Jesus didn't die on the cross. And Mayans, you know, they are a tribe in India. They are inhabiting some land, to be friends in Yucatan, peninsula in the east, some the settlement region, Bissau. If anybody is interested, I'll read about those people. But what I want to say is, Billy Carson stated, before I even got to know this information, Billy Carson stated, said, from the Mayan Bible, actually I knew the information before I found his video. I saw his video. Or say, aside me knowing that, you know, I didn't know there was any other evidence existing on this planet that stated, say, Jesus didn't, that was trying to depict, say, Jesus didn't die on the cross. And from the Mayan Bible, no, Billy Carson, who say Jesus didn't die on the cross. And it's true. He didn't die on the cross. Almost this is what actually happened. Now, when Jesus was preaching or returning from India and Himalayas, or by or born a brother wood, money me, or so on. Of course, he was just gathering people and preaching to them. And wow, a positive versus negative. On one side, Nkophobia from Pharisee for any phone. We rise against Jesus because he was preaching things that was quite contradictory to almost known beliefs. They were in a way conspiring against him. Simple. And it's that time, no, so we a follower now who develop following. I said that a virtual following you develop it. Now a food watch it. Social media food watch it. Or be number be nine eventually I'm a food watch it. But at that time there's no social media into just a nipper to do watch it. And uprisings in that doors because now powers, you know, as a Roman for they do almost near they say who develop it. A following. Now people see it as a threat to the regime, and I say to the kingdom. Yes, it's 70 make us to the kingdom. Good. So they conspired against Jesus because the people were following him, and he was preaching things that most of them didn't understand. And they were also quite contradicting to what they believed and accepted. And Obia to send me a make a Christian Libya BTB or as I call about them because from the crowd bring me a catcher and say yes one worried that ne mammy ya and fat ya ne mammy and that any a wound. There was a time crowd tea also for be a popular so for be pa or Ghana. I could say well mention this name. I see a popular so full way past that time I used to listen to his preaching pa or say Jesus mammy call way crowd will be but it's clearly in the Bible say Jesus mammy way or will be break or when the Bible in the Bible. It simply tells you says book no crowd Bible no crowd no. Even though there are a whole lot of fake stories in it, still now people don't take the time to read it. Sanity, you don't even take the time to read it. That's just by the way. And see, Jesus, you see, say now people wouldn't accept so much information from anything aside from what is being told in the Bible. But the truth is, from the Akashic records, he didn't die on the cross. And the patrol say, what follow what I'm saying now? And then the little explanation I gave about Jesus being our brother and all that, you will know, what is even that? I just wonder how people, for now, somebody with a PhD certificate will sit down and believe, say, Nyankopon suma will be say, oh me, why does God need? And then Nyankopon hears idea. Why? Or you're powerless, say, or be forgive you. And I say, well, you're powerless, say bibi engu a ontimi for everybody in chair. What is that? It's never true. But now, so what follows are we are people say, at least this is never true. Yankopon so bia masa yen torments no yen bonus and eventually ye kuno na ye kuna and on waju. It's never true anywhere. Yankopon you be a God. Yankopon you be a God essence and God force that I'm describing in the first video. No? And ye one said to be through a day friend Holy Spirit. Yes, and one God essence functioning for Yenina. Now, how it functions for Yenina is just amazing. And it's so complex. Because a God speed. Obi kabibi describe bibi and now she bibi now who's obi can work this a God speeder. The person is actually meaning an unexplained speed. Speed system be just a speed America be a untimi uncomprehended. Fantasy. God speed. Much money maybe about singularity. If it be singularity, I will teach you in other videos. May I explain it? Be a friend of singularity at Chemo. Now it's amazing. Be a friend of singularity. See, we are all points of singularity. Points of singularity. Reason about. Infantonche. So obi to say Jesus, new one, it's not like that as written in the Bible. And Yankopon in here will be as obey. Yankopon don't even want you to hurt a fly. And once na kura oba be pe yi wo nam ho bi atare and I say wo kwadu bi esu asi no. God don't want you to even hurt that animal. Let alone come and beat the son like that. And eventually kill him and see say and the mabu na wie dey pia awon in fear and the emoja ni gu ho ne de and media save him ntinti ka yesu ya mabu yesu sa kuna tiga enti ontimi for everybody in chair. What kind of God is that? Star be ni ehu no obi onu ekuta ayi onu na ye love onye say love o baby na God akwa akosua ho ni makeup nya e love onu ankasa ne love na ankasa God. And they will be described. It gets funny to me. So excuse me for my expression, but it gets funny to me. Nyankopon onu ankasa ne love na ankasa. And just love tara baby no akosu yan onu ankasa ne love na o ji want me for mo born in chemo say I say mo be bo ne bana ma enkasa nyina mo de ahihye ne tiri ho anza na o ti bi aka say enye sa de am de bo ne echew. It's never true. Jesus Christ didn't come to die to save us, die to save us. He came to educate and guide us to follow the true path of spiritual life. And one very simple. He came to educate, and until we teacher, we are advanced master, we teacher. Jesus is a teacher. We buy it, we be tre. So we nim na we be tre. It is any you na it's class. Now me my born and a boy be no you difference of class or no it's a chairman we born with brand. I mean slow. The simple. That is what Jesus Christ came to do for us. See, I can say the layman terms. Explaining what Jesus Christ came to do. And what I don't know. Ya bonbon and obai mo papa na Nyankopon ba mo tie akwa mo nim se mo papa Nyankopon e say de unim se bia 1+1 = 2 na akwa na ne te class was 1+1 = 2 chairman wa bon ti me power sem ti bia na me nkyerɛ what won unim se wow kwa na Nyankopon ne hye wo mu unim nti Yesu na si fom na bu ka kyerɛ se mo nyina mo ye nyame mo nyina mo ye nyame man and I say mo ye nyame whatever you are connected to God, we are God, everything. To live your life accordingly. So I don't know what patche. Ye mo ye brano, enye exemplary of Nyankopon no she. You need to know we should live more in the spirit than in the physical because this is a temporal place. This is just a temporal place. Before we can develop and become masters rather than victims of physicality, we should live more in the spirit. When we live more in the spirit, physicality ebe easy to handle. But because we are concentrated on the physical, we are always going through the hassles and the tussles of the physicality. But the true answer is no, was spiritual side. True answer no, was spiritual side. By impact. The animal physicality, Jesus, no person will try the power, your true power now. You want and one of you read the Bible. You know Bible, which my name be brain. I say, now yes, we can't in a tray. Say, near my Bible, which my near my own way, or see, you bet him cry, I'm an abroso. Do you know the power? Did you know the power and the spiritual abilities Jesus Christ depicted when he was a human being? Oba physicality. Yes, or that's human, or that's human. But oba physicality mono. Ni so no body ne ba physical no. Do you know the spiritual abilities are or yet man for? Bibre. Nti no na no ka kire no. Nti a master. Na onim ade wo heaven no. Ade a Jesus amanfo nyina in heaven crowd that so revere na. Nya earth when you revere Jesus. Even in heaven, they revere Jesus. In heaven, Jesus is revered. Yes. Because I'm on heaven, I'm friend of master. I'm friend of Master Jesus. I know there are other masters in heaven, but Jesus, he did as a more or less as a sacrifice. Because he didn't need to come to physicality. But because of pay us so much about physicality. And over church name. In a way, obese with me, and it's over church name. I used to know Dr. Crow, Yakumua, and you also be saved. True. What Baba is saved, but one may send him more journey who forming the best there be. That is not it. What be save your consciousness from evil to good. Into be say, hey, yes, mean, yes, you say, Mammy di bonnet, into me di bonnet. Yesu ka say unya ye wade a fa chen nti unya me nua me edi me bono me de a che no Yesu ka say de bia ya bompaye esra wo papa ana da wo papa ase say wo ma wo nkwa ana wo ma oduane edi nti Yesu nti simple. That is it basically. So in a way he came to do superhero thing, something superhero to say some be a superhero be be. And just said about now him Jesus idea at least it me bone no man ba fom kakra. Can say asasizuka ya to jemu ka bone e kosoro. Kenya sem kitu. Nti Jesus nti amanja Jesus buy no ni di no ne name obeye ye ne the name love na attached to obi ka say Jesus no and in a way a seven your ma bebre. No kra no. But say story now say obewuye enti odobaji enko da be enko de wo enko dada wo life dada. You are already life. Yes obeje wo enko. O physical life is not your life. O life angas what heaven. That's your soul. So don't want puppet here with physical body is say you know. It's a puppet. Because I'm selling my soul. You are selling your soul to the devil. Now, we saw no and what? Who saw no heaven, no control of his body. Oh, dear. Now, what on consciousness? Who physical consciousness and who they I couldn't perform yet because who is a conformable physical things be to say car, sikane, and ma. Oh, I'm one yaji. And I would do what could this uncle for simple. And you saw they not heaven. Taken separately from you. Simple. What's heaven? It's a dying process. You do what you share how eventually you rejoin to your soul and go and live in either heaven or hell or true heaven, Summerland or hell. All three places are now limbo. But Jesus Christ, the truth is Jesus Christ didn't come to die to do what? To save us. He came here to educate us. And as all positive things go through tribulations, trials and tribulations, or also the same thing because he is positive in darkness. Or no way positive no by or bepe or betraman former or also as a sambabe positive you know, because of the negative looming consciousness in it, he attack you. So now omo penabon omo penekuno and nema be now the actual death no I could see Jesus actually died somewhere in France. I know this is difficult to comprehend. This will be very difficult to comprehend. I said this is what happened. I wouldn't call it so loving, but in the bush for no more pen. I said Nkofonia is so aggressive, we almost substitute Jesus for with Obi. And Jesus nene yere ninya kwan escape ye. And now nipa kono mum was arrested. As to if the person was executed or crucified or hanged, I don't know. And none of that was discussed. But Jesus here, of course, that almost no action. Whether no more china kwako hanging and almost china kwako to prison or whatever. That wasn't disclosed to us. But he was substituted, somebody was substituted with Jesus Christ and Ombechi Pakonim. Anna, Jesus escaped from there with the family to France. Man, can be some of the spiritual abilities and we catch them and say, "Ubet me a referee ha." Akwa could be UK. So what level of spiritual advancement to see Jesus? I ubet me a sad the true spiritual gifts are may explain this and mean may a full video that will cover some spiritual gifts in a human beings mean a warning may video for that. But Obi Musa said now then Jesus you have a penalty 1 year uncle. He was of course traveling within the family, even in the money at the abilities, you know. It's likely in the man even no the same abilities. And that teleportation ability, you know. The part won't be found back. Won't be teleporting deeper. Everyone could see baby. And so who develop spiritual now be highly spiritual. And our activity will light body, and our activity will Christ spirit, you know. Now be higher. That's a whole teleporter free ha akwa kusi akra. What do you mean so the person finding teleporting? Because that person is of a different vibration. And that teleportation and your magic match them later. In person may spoil them. Match them later. And your magic a frequency. You are just changing your frequency. You change your frequency now a match to the same frequency of the new location or person will appear or when by mutual attraction. You are supposed to move from here to that place. So I shot at the moon and I could pee her naked. Yan will be some who say, a bosom for it's a mimo be a drew, and my order get if free her, it could pee her. Do you think, say, Ubia or what true divine God's power won't mean you don't free her and could pee her? So you must have a question. Bosom be it's me. And I say, Mammy or Mammy or Tao, then you ma, you no that keep cushion. Obey me a reference and swim him. aba me dem ha anaasɛ obi ntimi agyina firi nsuo no mu apie America na nipa why highly divine anaasɛ why evolve to say Jesus Christ na ɔnyɛ powerful nkyɛn saa maame ɔta no nti saa nipa no ɔntimi nyira mfiri Kumasi nkɔpie America simple maame ɔta no nyɛ magic na ɔde yira wɔ vibration maame ɔta will change the vibration from nsuo ho to wo dem no wa apie hɔ mpɛ sɛ summon demon ana negative entities na entities biara wo pɛ sɛ summon ni biara no entity no bɛkyerɛ wo circles bi a wo bɛyɛ wo bɛkyerɛ wo nneɛma bi a wo bɛyɛ na entity no appear in that circle ne nneɛma no a wayɛ no adentra because ɔpɛ sɛ wo create a familiar vibration wo create familiar vibration by mutual attraction ɔbɛyera ba bi si saa circle nim simple no ano no ɛnyɛ magical ɛyɛ vibration ɛyɛ advanced physics physics are NTS something like quantum physics yeah humans no ye knew hɔ simple ye do hɔ be room ye be describe ni na aye de amo biara at ase nti Jesus had to escape with the family with a few belongings to France. Yes, as to how I'm travel here, it wasn't disclosed, but almost free Israel or France. That is where Jesus Christ lived all his life. So he discarnated. AKA Wowu. He wasn't hanged on the cross. He died in France. Obviously in France, you know, he actually formed a religion, or say religion, something like a religion. No, I'm a refugee, but it's a religion. It's our religion also. Up to now, I say that's all. Of course, I go through different modifications because of human involvement. Nipa they say they be a best son. Nti Omabeke can say be okropa obi hwem no in the true teachings of Jesus Christ and so no make can go. Nti sanity. In the comment section, I will find the name of the religion or I will explore more about that religion and maybe if time permits, it be cry a short video be on it. But it's interesting. Jesus Christ escaped from Israel on an Arab settle and said, up till now, there are more the spirituality a chi and I say more yeah, more explore kakra. Who may be from the BBM friend Epic of Gilgamesh. So Epic of Gilgamesh, and I don't know so much about that. Me read it. I'm saying a book. Me read it, and I can't verify it. Me read it, I can't verify it. But Epic of Gilgamesh, I'm not for who say there's some chalice be, some cup be, and I be beside could pay more France one. And I said those European countries move back one. Or more friendly the Holy Grail. Now if we Jesus home, Jesus name me. Jesus, Mary, ni Jesus, Moko Pie, Hobe Bob, Brebi, ni those things. Yes, it will probably be the Holy Grail around that region. Maybe if we are lucky, the masters will talk more about that later in life, and you all know what that Holy Grail and the Epic of Gilgamesh actually means. And I say there's the stories but eventually Jesus landed in France. A Hona or Cobon and rest on any man. There are offsprings of Jesus Christ right now. So wo be a mama and ma and go extinct. And go extinct. Yeah. I still believe say ne baba man and ne baba no they are living relatives of Jesus Christ now as we speak. Living relatives of Jesus Christ na sefo no ane ma wo no ne ma ne nananom Jesus saying nananom nipa no betina wiase na for Jesus Christ ne ma na ne ma Sarah no wo ye no so definitely obewo ne ba ma no so bewo to obewu kwa they are living relatives of Jesus Christ. It's unfortunate they just don't know. It's just unfortunate say they won't know say na me papa ni Jesus because me ti we me nkai me na o exist ebia even before the Second World War 1309 me na no how do I know that me na me nim no nti obi ati wiase 2023 na we descendants of Jesus Christ. How would the person know? Oh a chain be ira history be ira sanity nti that is where Jesus Christ ended up. Sa cross no story ni nyinaa is not allegorical. Of course, history might have it that people were being crucified in that manner, but not Jesus Christ. And sa cross ni mani nyinaa, Jesus dying on the cross and all that, and allegorical. It's quite interesting. I thank everybody for listening. I know it's a long video, and if you stay tuned and subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification, any video be a baby, you know, say me any now also it's here to educate yourself only if you are interested in spirituality. Don't forget, I'll put my number in the description. If you have any question, you want a personal chat, or you have any addition, we can all discuss. If you have any health issue, at least that is what we have learned. So that is at least aside spiritual sharing of spiritual knowledge. That is also another aspect of life. That will be for listening to this lengthy submission. Bye bye.